just move, you're in control.
Yep.
So it's like over and over again, just move, you're in control, just move, you're in control. Because no matter like how fucked up you feel or whatever, like it's like, oh, just move, just keep moving, you're in control, like you got it.
All right, everybody, welcome back to the Full Send Podcast. It's a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday afternoon here. It's got to be 75 in sun, which I am just soaking up, and I'm here with my two guys.
Welcome to the No Personal Space Podcast.
Here with my two guys. We got Coach Pat Long. He's back on the podcast, and Monroe Miller's back on the podcast as well. Gentlemen, what's going on this afternoon?
Doing well. It is a nice day.
It just is, man. There's something about the sun being out there that just really makes me happy. And vitamin D, all that good stuff, right?
Yeah.
Mr. Long, welcome back to the podcast, brother.
Good to be back.
How are you?
Good, man.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How is it sitting this close to Mr. Miller?
My hands are sweating. My
Yeah.
palms are getting sweaty.
Are you nervous?
Mom's spaghetti and everything. Yeah.
Awesome, guys. Well, we just concluded the CrossFit Open for 2021. We're going to be going into quarterfinals, and that's what we get to talk about today. Pat, first for the people who haven't heard your story about the Open, how'd the Open go for you, pal?
Really good. I had a goal at the beginning of this year that was to place top 3,000 in the Open.
Where'd you end up placing?
In the world, right? Or in
It was in the world. Yeah.
Okay.
So I placed like 3,400.
In the world?
Dude, why'd you miss the mark?
I came super close, which I count that as top 3K just because it's got the 3 in it. 3's right there.
Hey, if you're proud of it, man, who cares,
If it
dog?
changed to a 4, okay, I lost. But like if it was like 3,900, I count that as
So
top
does that mean
3K.
if my goal to clean and jerk 300 pounds is 300 pounds and I clean and jerk 290, it's 300?
Yeah, does that count?
No, there's no 3.
There's no 3.
But mathematically, I understand. Like top 3K, 3,400, like that's not the top 3,000. You have to be like 299 or something.
Okay.
But still, 3,000 something.
Hey, we're proud of you either way.
Still top
Yeah,
3.
we're all
But
proud of
anyways,
you.
Hey,
yeah,
you beat me, so
That was my goal. But I think that was. Wait, we didn't have an Open last year, right?
We did, but it was the fall of 2019. Remember, they moved it to
Yeah,
October.
so it was my goal from then because I put it on a whiteboard, like top 3K,
So to put this into
which is
context,
still possible technically.
this is actually really cool, and it just goes to
yeah,
show
people
you,
drop
like,
out and stuff.
Yeah.
if you work this hard, like, how good you can become, right? I had my best Open finish 2020 of all time. I think it was top 5%. I beat Pat by a couple hundred places in the last Open. Now, this year,
Straight bull.
worked.
it was totally different
No
story.
cap.
But that was
Bulling.
pure work ethic off of Pat's place, and the amount of just progress he's made in those 18 months since I've known him. We've been friends, dude. It's been
Yeah.
I've never seen anything like that in any sport or anything like that. Just how much tremendous progress you've made. It's been incredible to watch that, dude. Seriously.
And I think I can still drop in place because I think we have a full restart now for quarterfinals.
Drop in a good way.
Yeah. So
Moving up
drop
the leaderboard, but
up
dropping
in the leaderboard,
places,
drop in a good way. So I guess yes. Yeah.
You can ascend the leaderboard.
Yeah, I can full ascend the leaderboard. Ascend. But yeah, so it's still out of 7,000 guys. So I think your overall place in the Open turns into what you finish in quarterfinals, because the top 7,000 will rearrange itself, but everyone who's above that 10% threshold, their Open's over. Their place in the Open is like concrete. That's not going to change, but that bottom 7,000 will change. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
So
I think I'm following you.
I think
But it's
that's
not
how
gonna-
that works.
But it's not going to change where you finish in the Open.
Not,
Right, the Open's
not the
over.
original. Yeah. But if you were someone like me who likes to
So you're saying now.
bend and tweak your goals.
Okay, so what's the goal now? Out of 7,000, you want
Top
top
3.
out.
But mathematically top 3, so like 29 something. Top 2,000.
Okay. I'm following you.
I'm following as well.
If you guys aren't following Patrick Long here, put it in the comments.
'Cause
Ask
then,
Pat
yeah.
questions. Do it all like that.
I think it's different because like let's say you finish quarterfinals like and you're like 5,000, or sorry, you finish the Open 5,000, right? And then you finish quarterfinals and do really well and you finish like 800th. You probably say, oh, I finished 800th in the Open.
All right. So for context,
I would
that's
say
your
I
Open,
finished
bro.
800.
you're saying 7,000 people qualified for quarterfinals.
Yeah, it was like
You
7,600.
came in overall in the world. You were 3,400 ish.
Yeah,
and your goal
35
now is to be top 3,000 in the quarterfinals.
Yeah.
I follow you. I'm 100% with it. If you guys are with Pat, give us a like here on social media. Pat, what was the hardest thing that you had to overcome in the Open, and then what was the greatest moment for you in the Open?
Honestly, the hardest thing to overcome wasn't anything physical. It was the mental side of it, because I just happened to like get caught in a down. I don't know, everyone has like ups and downs in their like life and mental state, and I was just in like a real low. So I was just like, didn't want to have anything to do with CrossFit, didn't want to train every single day, like literally didn't want to do anything. Like didn't care about the workouts, like just wanted to get them all. Like I didn't warm up for a single one, really.
Which we don't. The CrossFit Verity does not endorse that method. By the way.
Yeah, warming up never a big thing. But yeah, I was just like really not into it. Didn't really care about it, but like still, just hit them all like the best I could that day.
So how do you do that? 'Cause I think that there's a lot of people that are out there that watch this show and everything else that struggle with the same thing. Like you don't want to go to the gym. You're not always going to feel like you want to train, and like you still did. You did all your training. Like you came in and like.
Yeah, it's because you have to care more about the goal than how you feel. So it's like, this is still my goal. I still want to accomplish this. Like, it doesn't matter how I feel because I know I still want this goal. Even though you might feel like you don't. Like, it's like, okay, am I just going to, like, for me, it's like, are you, like, you're never quitting if you don't give up, and you're never failing if you don't give up. So it's like, like
for sure,
you just keep on keeping on, Yeah,
I mean, I was telling someone last week. Shit.
Who are you talking to?
I just had a total brain fart.
Cassie.
No.
Oh, no, I was guessing.
No.
There's only a couple hundred people in the gym. We can narrow it down in just a couple of minutes. Anyway, Pat, I think that's key because, dude, I'm your roommate. I know you very well. I talk to you every day, and I would never guess that you would ever have moments like that. But I think that's really big for other people to kind of hear that, and also to keep your mind focused on, ultimately, really just like what's good for you, what you need to do on a day-to-day basis. I think that's huge for people to know, because I mean, most people in this gym look to you like a hero because you're the man. You finished number 1 in the Open for the guys, right?
Somehow, I don't know.
All right, man. Sorry, go ahead.
I did remember what I was going to say.
Okay,
so I was
go
talking to somebody last week, and it's that a lot of people want motivation, but what they need is discipline.
Yeah.
And I think that Pat has, kind of ingrained a lot of that discipline, probably from, being in the military and everything else.
Dude,
where
I
it's
love
like,
that.
You don't, it doesn't really matter. You don't need the motivation to get up and go to the gym. You need the discipline to go do what you have to do.
Yeah, motivation is like, if you have it, great, but it's not. It shouldn't change anything.
No, what you do shouldn't be dependent on whether or not you're motivated or not. Because there's going to be so many days, whether it's work, your kids, marriage, the gym, where, dude, there's just some days where you're not going to be motivated. But you still have a choice to make in what you're going to do for that day.
For sure.
Yeah. And the part of the reason why I think maybe it seems like I'm not like whatever, like sad or like not motivated is because I like to say the opposite of what I'm thinking a lot of times.
Interesting.
Because I just believe that your speech and the words that you choose to use like really affects your thought process, and like it affects other people in the room, it affects the mood of the room.
Totally.
Like even just the smallest thing, like I can't. Like that is like a
we used to have that on our rule thing.
I remember that.
First rule of the gym was never say I can't.
Yeah. But then it comes to so like
that reminds me of Monroe's
that kind of stuff.
Yeah, it reminds. Sorry, go ahead, Pat. Finish your thought here, then I'll jump in.
Yeah, I just think like that kind of being disciplined with your speech also helps, like how people perceive you, and then how like you perceive yourself. Like I am the type of person who blank.
For
if
sure.
you speak this way, you're more likely to move in that direction. Yeah,
it reminds me of your experience with 17.4 was the 55 workout. And your experience with the handstand push-ups, where if you guys ever want to see something that Monroe is not good at, we'll go with like high volume handstand push-ups, but in particular strict handstand push-ups. And back in 2017, this was particularly hard for him. And walk us through that real quick, Monroe, kind of what happened.
It's the first time that I did the workout,
Yeah.
I didn't finish. And then the second time I got
You didn't finish one round, right?
Well, yeah, I didn't get through the handstand push-ups.
Okay.
And that was like one of these tiered things where there was a lot of tests in this year's Open too, where it's like there's this kind of level, like that 21 round of wall walks.
Yeah, for sure.
There's just this wall, and if you can get to 21, then you're like at this kind of certain tier. So finishing those 55 was one of them. And the first time I did it, didn't finish. The second time I finished, and I was like around the same time I got to the handstand push-ups, the same place. I was like 30 in or something. I had plenty of time. I started to like doubt myself, and then, like out loud, like what you were saying, I was like, I can do this. And I think Scott was my judge, and he was like, fuck yes, you can do this. And I'm like,
I love that.
I'm like, I can do it. And literally every single rep, kick down, do 2 or 3, sit up, I can do this. And like just 1 or 2, I can do this, over and over again. And then, you get to the deadlift bar and deadlift till your back breaks.
Yeah.
Yep.
But
that
was a good time.
The thing that I repeat that really helps is like just move, you're in control.
Yep.
So it's like over and over again, just move, you're in control, just move, you're in control. Because no matter like how fucked up you feel or whatever, like it's like, oh, just move, just keep moving, you're in control, you got it, doing the thing.
We're dropping so many good nuggets of knowledge here. We haven't even gotten into the topic for today. And before we trans into that, we're going to talk about quarterfinals, what happens in the Open here. We're going to talk about these two in particular. I do want to do a quick segment that we're going to start doing here in the beginning, which we're going to talk about goals. Kind of in the beginning, what we're trying to accomplish within this week. I'll go first so you can collect your thoughts here, Monroe. Pat, if you have anything to add to that as well, although we did kind of talk about quarterfinals, top 3,000. If you got anything to add to that, it's totally fine. So at the end of 21, 3, and 4, so that was the morning of March 26. We talked about my temper tantrums back then. I have not had one of those episodes here almost 2 weeks. So what is that, It's about 12 days. Thank you. Appreciate that, guys. And probably in just as many workouts. The goal right now is to get to 21 days to actually make that an actual habit. And I'll say the part that I'm most proud of that was last time when we were talking about that in the last episode, the ring muscle-ups, and I think it was a running workout. Yeah, it was 30 ring muscle-ups total. And, man, I just had a bad day on the rings. I was tired. It didn't go well. I was failing them like crazy, but I didn't lose my mind. I was super, super proud of that. Monroe, what are you working on, man?
Dude, so I was thinking about this. So I mean, what I'm working on is fixing my glute hamstring issue.
Yeah.
So that my goal is still the same, to front squat 405.
Okay.
So I still want to keep that same goal. I think my legs are strong enough. I just need to get my body healthy.
Yeah.
So that's kind of where I'm at. I've been watching this knees over toes guy, and
what is the knees over toes guy?
We'll talk about that another time.
Okay, sure. We'll table that for later.
But yeah, check out knees over toes guy on YouTube. He's pretty cool. But he does Nordic hamstring curls, and so I was like thinking about goals, and I was like, that would be like a really hard, like, take 3 years to build the hamstring strength to do a Nordic. But
those are gnarly.
Yeah.
Those are gnarly.
Like Sydney hops up there. Remember that?
Yeah.
And she's like, why do you guys think those are so hard? They're so easy. And she's just like, dude, I can't.
She has absurd hamstring strength. It's absolutely incredible. Pat, anything to add as far as what you're working on currently? Yeah.
So kind of going off what I said earlier, like with the hardest part of the Open was like the mental side, just because I was in like a weird place. But my goal is just to have more fun with it and just have fun, like just throwing down on some workouts against other people, especially that these are probably the types of workouts that I'm better at, that are coming up. So just to have fun with it and not really like putting any pressure on myself. That's pretty much my goal, is just like try and have fun doing fitness.
All right, next time you're on here, man, we're going to hold you accountable to that. We're going to talk about that as well. So let's talk about the quarterfinals here, guys. So first, Monroe, how do you qualify for quarterfinals, and kind of can you walk us through the format of what that is?
The quarterfinals was the top 10% of male and female RX scores from the Open. So the top 10% in each country, there was a cutoff number they sent out, and then above the top 10% get invited to participate if they'd like in the quarterfinals, which is literally we had like 5 days, and then so
$50
one
pay
week,
up.
yep, $50, and then you get access to, I guess, the next tier of competition, which
Yep,
is kind of
put
cool. It's kind of cool that, like, for someone like me who, like, I'm not gonna make this my livelihood, like working out.
Yeah.
But I still like to be competitive and push myself and have a reason to, like work hard in the gym and that kind of stuff. So it's cool that there is like a second tier where it's like it's more attainable for more people to make it to the top 10% than it was like to make it to the top 50 in the region. When I was
I
trying to
really
make
like
regionals,
that. I just think that gives a more attainable goal for so many more people, which is really
For
cool.
sure.
Just because, I mean, the percentage of people that made it to regionals, sectionals back in the day, whatever it was so small. And it's not to say you can never get there, but it just took a tremendous amount of work to be able to even think
so
about
it's
that.
cool that
you
it's
know?
more accessible. I watched Armin Hammer's video, and he was talking about how it's like they had like the most accessible open ever, and then they make this more accessible like tier 2, but then they're like, hey, if you have a life or kids or a job or like anything to do
but you
this
gotta be
weekend,
diehard.
like figure it out. Yeah, exactly. Like you have to be all about it. So I think that's a little disappointing. They could have given us a little bit more heads up.
Do you just think like more notice would have been good? Because I'm trying to think of like other competitions and
Yeah.
stuff that you would go to. It would still be kind of similar.
Yeah, but like it's like they I guess the expectation was kind of, at least my expectation going into it was, okay, they'll release like a handful of workouts and you'll have a week to get them done.
Yeah.
And you'll be able to pick and choose, and you'll have plenty of time to like
Okay.
record your stuff and figure it out. And they were like, hey, these 3 days by these times within 24 hours, like I tell you a workout, you got to go get it done in the
So
next
it's this
24
weekend.
hours.
Does it start Friday or is it Thursday to Saturday?
Thursday.
So it's Thursday to Sunday.
So it's 3 p.m. So I guess they're doing like 2 workouts, 3 p.m. Thursday to 3 p.m. Friday, and then it's 3 p.m. that day to 3 p.m. the next day.
Okay.
But my understanding is they're going to announce all the workouts.
Oh, you get to choose which
And
ones
so
you
do we?
So I don't know if that like they left a bunch of stuff kind of vague, where
Oh,
it's like
ambiguous.
they're either going to say, hey, here's all the workouts, you have to do them in this order, or they're going to say you have to have 2 of your scores submitted by X time, or like I have
So
no
there's even
idea.
pieces we don't know.
There's a bunch of different ways that you could strategize it, but the way that they did it is so that like people like
hope they
Nick
force you to
and
do it.
Bailey, like they both made the quarterfinals, but they're traveling
this weekend.
and it's
So
like
did
cool. You
Sydney.
can go drop into
Yeah.
a CrossFit gym.
Every
You
single
want to pay
day, twice a day.
$60 every drop in you go to that CrossFit
Right.
gym, plus you already paid $50 for the quarterfinals, and it's like it's not going to be on your stuff. Maybe that gym like doesn't have their lines,
Or a rope
floor
climb,
taped
or a rope.
out,
A lot
like
of gyms don't have ropes.
so it's just like
PhDs.
it just made it a very. I guess it made it like you kind of have to be a tryhard. Like you
did
said.
we know?
Like you
did-
can't just be fit and then like not have response. I don't know.
Right.
Yeah,
did we
it's not as
know
casual.
the weekend ahead of time? Were they like, hey, this is where the quarterfinals are going to be?
Yeah.
Yeah, we knew the schedule, but they were just like, this is the time.
I do think at the end of the day, like if you want it, like if
They'll
people
figure it
want
out.
it, they'll figure out how to get it
Yeah.
done. You know.
Yeah, I get you on that.
If they tell me
That is
if
yours.
they tell you the workouts are tonight, people are gonna do it.
Yeah.
Like people who want to do it are gonna do it. Yeah. They're gonna figure it out.
Okay, cool. So we got this weekend. It sounds like we have 6 workouts. Is that what I'm hearing?
So this is another thing. They put out.
5. They put out 5.
I think there's 6.
I think there's 6 too.
I think there's 6 or more, potentially.
Yeah.
But there's going to be at least 5. They put out 5 floor plans, and that's what I was talking to Pat about before we went live. My same kind of sentiment with the Open is I don't really care what happens. I just want it to be fun and like interesting.
I agree.
don't want it to be. And like the cool thing about them giving us the floor plan ahead of time is that you kind of can see a hint of what the workout is. But like the first floor plan has a box for handstand push-ups, clearly. It has a rope for double unders, clearly, and it has a pair of dumbbells. That dumbbell could be anything,
Yeah.
right? I hope that maybe they give you triple unders. Or maybe they put a 4th movement in there that is some like air squats, like
or
he
a
was saying.
devil's press.
Yeah, I think it probably will be double press, but yeah, like I hope that there's just some kind of things that are left to the imagination, and then it's not as obvious as here's a rower and a wall ball. It's a rower wall ball couplet. Sick.
21
Yeah.
minutes.
No. Get out of
21
here.
wall
Yeah,
when
get outta here.
when do they actually announce the workouts?
Thursday at 3.
Thursday at 3.
Okay.
And then you have until
Tomorrow.
Friday at 3 to do the first 2.
All right.
Yeah.
And it's like CrossFit Kids starts at 4.
Going to be a lot of people in the gym.
Doing it at
I'm
night.
just going to have to figure out how to figure it
I'm
in.
gonna do it like Batman.
Oh, you're
dude.
going to do it late at night?
Yeah, man.
I have to coach.
After when I come in to clean the flows.
Oh, can I do it with you?
Just smash it real. Yeah. I need
Oh.
a judge, bro.
There you go.
Okay,
need to
we're doing it.
judge,
Okay,
dude.
we're doing it late night Thursday. That's it.
Yeah, I'm so down.
All right,
I
you
do
guys.
better at night working out anyways. Weird thing. I don't know why. Actually, I have an idea why, but
Why do you think that is?
so here's my theory. The
Oh.
like on the training think tank leaderboard, they have it's a leaderboard, right? So usually I know like where I place on things. So during the day or morning or whatever, like I'll be doing stuff, and I usually place around the same place with the same like people. Like the same people will be above me,
Yeah.
same people will be below me. Occasionally win a workout, like randomly. But every time I come in at night, like 8, 9, 10 p.m. I destroy the workout. And for some reason, it's because I'm so much more willing to suffer when it's dark and no one's here. And like, I'll have no music on sometimes and just hit a 12-minute, like, I did this 12-minute AMRAP last week that I won on the leaderboard. And it was like box step overs, double dumbbell snatches, double dumbbell overhead lunges, and like something else. And like, just went super hard, whatever, and like that 3 kings or 3
3 wise men.
wise men hero workout came in super late that day. Did it and just like
Smashed it.
just wrecked every single AMRAP. But like I don't know why that is, but I just feel really good working out at night. So I feel like doing some of these quarterfinal workouts at night might be
Yeah, I feel the same way,
Might be the
man.
move.
A benefit.
Typically later in the day that I can work out, the better it's going to be. I really do prefer to work out in the evening and everything like that. Now, that said, I do enjoy coming here with my paramour, so it'll typically be noon, morning, something like that. But there's something to that, man. Like everybody kind of has their preference of the time of the day they come in here where they're going to feel the best. You know?
Wait. Is that? Are you talking about Sydney?
Yeah.
What does that mean?
Paramour.
Yeah, what does that mean?
Significant other.
Really?
She's gonna dog
I
me
didn't
for
know
this
that.
as soon
I
as
had
she
no
listens.
idea.
So
I thought it was
I
just
used
man.
that word in front of her.
I didn't know that.
Probably when we first started dating, and she's like,
an
"Why
SAT
do you talk like that?" So she'll
Why
she'll
do you
be
use these words, Brandon?
yeah she'll be clowning me as soon as she listens to this and everything like that. So Pat, we already talked about your goal. Monroe, what's your goal for the quarterfinals?
My goal is to beat Pat.
Okay. I was really
dead ass
hoping
my only
you were
goal.
going to say this. So, guys, what I would like you to do in the comments on social media here is I want you to put, are you Team Pat or are you Team Monroe here? And I want to tally all these up here, okay? I'm going to kick it off here with first predictions that we're going to go with, okay? And I put no thought into this, whatever, okay? So I'm going with Team Pat now.
that's sick, dude.
Now,
See, he trains
listen to
for
this, Pat. I don't know.
There's a GHD
I just
involved.
screw around. Yeah, I'm screwed with the
So,
GHD.
take this with a grain of salt, right? So March Madness just ended, okay? Now, on my
Nothing to bet on.
my predictions, no, I get to bet on the outcome of this. No, so on my predictions for March Madness, I only scored about 49 points. The team that I picked to win was out in the second round as a 1 seed, right? I haven't picked a winner in that tournament since like 2011, and my winner for each tournament since then has like lost in the second round, including UVA, which was the first ever 1 seed to lose to a
Thanks
16
for
seed.
betting on me, dude.
All right, so again, take that with a grain of salt. I'm going to be Team Pat on this one. Monroe, what's your strategy for quarterfinals, man?
Do them with Pat.
Okay.
Just go faster.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Just watch.
Yeah, so
Watch.
I have zero expectations for really anything
Yeah,
with
me
this.
either. I
So
have zero expectations.
I just want to have fun with it, and I think it'll be like kind of my whole thing with working out competitively now is like I just want to see how little I can do and hang on to as much fitness as I can.
Yeah.
So I just like Pat busts his ass for this.
Yeah.
And like I busted my ass like years ago for this. And it's like, a lot of that busting my ass is kind of carried over to now.
Yeah.
And so I just want to see like, hey, you can put in 3 hours a day on this and I'm going to do 1 workout. And if I can wax you in the quarterfinals, then that's just going to be like pat on the back for the team dad,
Yeah. There you go.
It is going to be. It's gonna be entertaining to watch, and I thought the Open was really entertaining to watch. Monroe, I thought you had a wonderful Open performance and stuff, and you went toe to toe with the guy. Too.
Yeah, I think that's part of it. I think it's fun to
that's your
push
best
people.
Open workout of all time too. The second one.
Which one? Oh yeah, one of them.
Yeah, two.
Yeah, that and the double under thruster workout I think was a little bit higher.
Double under thruster.
And the the toes to bar squat clean, that was my best finish.
Oh.
For sure.
Awesome. Cool. Guys, walk us through. So do we have 6 floor plans?
Oh yeah, let's go through. Let's
walk through the floor plans for everybody, so we can kind of know what to anticipate. And remember, guys, the announcements are going to be happening tomorrow, 3 p.m. Eastern. Or is it Pacific?
3 p.m. Well, 3 p.m. Eastern, 12 p.m. Pacific.
Okay. 3 p.m. Man, I was way off on that. 3 p.m. Eastern for that, guys. And it sounds like these guys. You doing videos again, Monroe?
Yeah, we're gonna. I'm gonna do not like a. I'm just gonna kind of do a my experience video. So I'm gonna film the whole thing, obviously. But yeah, we'll leave a link in the YouTube description for so you can check out these floor plans as well. Just a link to the PDF. So the first one is wall 40-inch by 24-inch box on floor, line 5 feet from the floor, dumbbells and a rope behind the line. So we said devil's press was the guess. What do you think about the fact that this box is bigger than it has been in the past?
I think it's just going to be that your fingers can't touch the box as opposed to
your palms.
Your palms.
I agree.
I think it's going to be pretty much the same thing.
I think that's better.
It's just your fingers can't touch the line, so it's easier to see from the camera and the judge.
Agreed. Do you think we'll get triple unders?
No.
I hope
that's
we
a
get
grid
triple
movement,
unders.
dude.
I would love to see it.
That's not a grid movement.
It is.
But what makes that a grid movement versus that being why are double unders a CrossFit movement?
No.
What makes that a grid movement?
They do them in grid though.
Okay.
Yeah, that's all. CrossFit doesn't do them, so it's a grid movement. Right?
They also do muscle ups in grid, bro.
So, but and back up, right?
But not butterfly muscle ups.
Okay, so if they put triple unders in the quarterfinals, will it become a CrossFit movement?
Yeah.
You're whack, dude.
It'd be mutual.
All right. I hope it's triple unders so Pat can get this work.
Oh my God.
All right. Next
singles.
Next test number 2 floor plan is rope. 8-foot tape line from the rope to a GHD, and then there's a 5-foot box in front of the GHD.
I think that's going to be pistols, GHD rope climb, because in the video they made videos for each floor plan.
Yeah, and we'll link those as well if you guys want to check that stuff out. Okay.
And the guy was like, "Yeah, you're going to do a movement in this box, and then you're going to do the GHDs and do the rope climb."
This is all going to be super cool.
So it could be a handstand hold.
It could be a handstand hold. It could be
it
pistols,
could be
it could be push-ups.
So people are saying, it's going to be legless rope climb, GHD, pistol. I really hope that it is something different.
I do too.
Where it's like,
I
don't know, something different. Okay, test number 3 is concept 2 rower and medicine ball, wall, or target.
I think that's just going to be hard to guess because they've tested that combo so many times.
You know my guesses?
What?
150 wall balls, 90 calorie row, 30 burpees over the rower.
That's a pretty good guess.
Ooh, that'd be gnarly.
I can see that.
Because that's the same structure as the 150 90 double under 30 ring muscle up. And they didn't put muscle ups in here. Okay, so test number 4 is a rack and a barbell. You said overhead squat.
It's one rep max overhead squat. But it'd be really cool if it was a 20 rep max front squat.
No, it would not be cool if it's a 20 rep max front squat.
That'd be sick.
Okay, so if it was a 1 rep max overhead squat, what do you think you're hitting? 315.
Yeah, 315.
Okay.
What?
I hope so.
What?
Can you hit 315?
Yeah, I hit 2 weeks ago.
Now I look like an asshole.
Monroe, what are you going to hit on an overhead squat?
Not 315.
Really?
I've done that once in my life. I don't know. 315 is really hard for overhead squat. Heavy is hard for me, and it's more my wrists than anything.
Yeah.
I have good shoulder mobility. My hip or my glute sucks right now, so I'm praying that whatever this movement on a rack is not a squat. So I'm praying for an overhead something.
If there's no snatching, which it's very possible there could be no snatching. I think it might be an overhead squat.
Okay. Pat's got an overhead squat. I think it's going to be a split jerk. I would like a split jerk.
would-
Or a shoulder to overhead. Anything shoulder to overhead.
3 rep max shoulder overhead.
I hope it's a 1. I hope it's not a 3. I hope
Yeah.
they test maximal strength, not like a set.
Not reps.
Okay, and then we have this plyo box with a line through it, and 5 feet away is a barbell.
And it's on the 30-inch side.
30-inch.
And it's for men and women, I think.
Correct, which leads me to believe that it's not a burpee box jump over.
Burpee box get overs.
But so why wouldn't they make the men's height taller?
Because I think it almost doesn't matter. Because it's just a high box. So for women, there's no disadvantage from one woman to the next because it's still a 30-inch box. You know what I mean? Like, I don't think it...
Okay, I agree. But why wouldn't they make it 24? Why wouldn't they make it 30-24?
I don't know.
Kind of reminds me back when they were at the games, they did the hay bale. The hay bale workout, and that was the same for both the male and females, and they were just hopping over an object and going from there, which also involved burpees. So it's interesting.
Because I feel like what if they just made it a 20-inch box? All the dudes' times would still be a little bit faster, but the women's times would
I guess you're right.
still be around the same.
I guess you're right.
That'll be interesting.
And then what do you think the barbell is going to be? Thrusters?
I think it's going to be like
Squat snatches?
oh my god, I would love it if it was squat
Yeah.
snatches.
That'd be
That would hurt so bad. But it's got to be something overhead because the dude in the video was like, make sure the camera's high enough so that you can see a barbell overhead. And it's like, okay, so shoulder to overhead, frickin' clean and jerks, hang clean and jerks would be cool. Hang squat snatches would be hang something
Yeah.
maybe.
And what's the last one, Monroe?
That is the last one.
Oh, it is. We
Yeah,
only
that's
got
our
5.
so that's our 5th. They did not put rings in
Yep.
the Appendix A equipment list, so people are saying that there isn't going to be rings. I mean, I feel like this is going to be the same thing as them putting out the judges course and not putting wall walks in it, and then being like, hey, wall walks, you know? So, like, I just think that everyone is expecting no rings now, and everyone's, like, thinking that. So I could see, like, 30 ring muscle-ups per time or 30 burpee ring
Or
muscle-ups.
like just a standard 30,
What?
30, 30 clean and jerks, muscle up snatches.
Let's go.
That'd be cool.
But they would still, I think they would put the barbell in, like, a floor plan for that, you know?
Yeah.
So I just think that if it's just a single modality and it's just the rings, then they can not put out a floor plan and still have that as an event. Same thing with like a handstand hold or something. Like I don't think they need a floor plan to be like,
Yeah.
hey, put a 3 feet box, 3 feet by 3 feet.
Or just burpee ring muscle ups.
Right.
30 burpee
You
ring
just
muscle
need
ups
to
at
like,
a time.
hey, lock it out at the top, chest touch
Yep.
the ground.
All right, you guys. Let's just go into closing thoughts here about quarterfinals for the Open. I'm looking forward to seeing what everything's going to be. It's a great weekend, really, just for sports. The Masters is on for golf.
Whoa.
Crickets
don't
in
care.
the background. Nobody cares about that. So, guys, again, in your comments below, I want to hear if your team Pat. I want to hear if your team Monroe. I will post that to the Instagram. We'll post it to Verity Speed and Strength as well. Pat, closing thoughts, man.
I'm just thinking about Masters golf now. I'm thinking about slipping discs, trying to hit that long drive.
Yeah.
That's the closing thought. No, I'm just kidding. But
Quarterfinals.
Quarterfinals? It's gonna be fun.
It will be fun.
I hope it's some weird, interesting workouts. I hope I could do better than Monroe now, since that's a thing.
Yes.
And it'll be a fun
Dude,
thing.
come
Be a fun
through.
thing. Everybody will be rooting you both on, but it'll be like a little side bet going on.
Yeah, I hope it's good. I hope it's a good time.
Yeah.
Ready.
Cool.
Same.
Monroe.
My closing thoughts. What did we say earlier?
The haze
Discipline.
in the barn.
The haze
Oh,
in the
no.
barn. Yeah, sure.
I mean, it is.
Discipline over motivation. You know.
Yeah.
There's a lot of motivation content out there. If you want to be motivated, you can go look up 100 things out there.
I want to be motivated to go somewhere else.
No, I mean it's not. Don't go somewhere
Motivation
else,
isn't a bad thing,
Yeah,
but
no,
but,
you-
I mean,
but the
motivation-
difference between the two is key.
Yeah,
It
for
is.
sure. Motivation is important, but discipline can lead you to more motivation. And I
Yeah.
think without discipline, motivation is just kind of like fluff. It's just kind of useless. So that is my closing thought.
Yeah.
Loved podcasting with you guys today.
Yeah, that was really good there, guys. I'm going to build on Monroe here just a little bit and just being okay that, like, not every day is going to be super motivated. You're not going to feel great every single time. Pat, I think, hit the nail on the head there in the beginning of the episode where we all feel that way. So cool.
For sure. If you guys are watching on YouTube, please like the video, subscribe to my channel for more just like this. If you're listening on Apple Podcasts or Spotify, give us a 5-star rating. Thank you so much for watching and listening today. We'll see you soon.